So now these 4 sums will be asked maybe for 2 or 3 marks. So here also you will be learning a new thing. Okay, already I have mentioned if numbers are not mentioned in the question, then you need not to give any example of numbers. So here there will be a slight change where I will explain you clearly when we move on to the sums. Okay, so now let me read out the question. Show that the relation R in the set R of real numbers defined as R is equal to A comma B such that A is less than or equal to B square is neither reflexive nor symmetric nor transitive. It means we have to show that it is not reflexive, not symmetric, not transitive. Now I have written let A is equals to the set A represent the real numbers. R represents the real numbers, isn't it? So here I have highlighted by underlining it. Then the relation R is given as A comma B such that A is less than or equal to B square. For these types of sums you can give example because directly you cannot prove it. Okay, there we learned for just proving it as integer, so we need not to have any proof, but here we may or may not satisfy the given condition. So for these types of sums you have to use numbers, you have to just give an example, that's it. But so let me write given for these types of sums where they check where they ask to show or prove, we have to write all this given part to prove proof part. Okay, we observe that 1 by 2 comma 1 by 2 does not belong to R since A less than equal to B square, isn't it? That is a given condition. So A takes the value here and B. So 1 by 2 less than equal to 1 by 2 the whole square. So 1 by 2 is less than equal to 1 by 4, which is not true. So it is not correct. So therefore A comma A does not belong to R. Write it. R is not reflexive. It is not reflexive. To symmetric, I've already said that first condition for symmetric should be proven. So I will take an example that proves. Okay, so I'm going to 1 by 2 comma 3 by 2. I'm taking this. So when I apply it in the given condition, 1 by 2 less than equal to 3 by 2 the whole square. So 1 by 2 less than equal to 9 by 4. This satisfies the given condition because this is 0.5 and this will be 2.25. So this condition is getting satisfied. Therefore A comma B belongs to R. And also you can write 1 by 2 comma 3 by 2 belongs to R. Therefore A comma B belongs to R. So this should be a major part over here. Okay, next 3 by 2 B comma A, isn't it? So I'm taking 3 by 2 comma 1 by 2. So if I apply it in the given condition, 3 by 2 less than equal to 1 by 2 the whole square. 3 by 2 is not less than equal to 1 by 4 because this is 1.5 and this will be 0.25. So we cannot say that this R is symmetric. So therefore, and also you have to write 3 by 2 comma 1 by 2 does not belong to R. It means B comma A does not belong to R. Therefore R is not symmetric or transitive. So for example, we'll take 2 and minus 3. Okay, apply the condition 2 is less than or equal to minus 3 the whole square. 2 is less than equal to 9. Okay, so this condition gets satisfied. So 2 comma minus 3 belong to R. That is A comma B belong to R. Then after that I'm taking minus 3 comma 1. Any number you can take to prove. Okay, minus 3 less than equal to 1 square. So minus 3 is less than equal to 1. It is proved again. So minus 3 comma 1 also belong to R. That is B comma C belong to R. Now I am taking A and C. What is A? 2. What is C? 1. So 2 comma 1 if I take 2 less than equal to 1 square. No. 2 is not less than equal to 1. Therefore, R is not transitive. Oh, hence we'll write okay. So now we'll move on to third question. Check whether the relation R defined in the set 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 as R is equal to A, B such that B is equal to A plus 1 is reflexive, symmetric or transitive. If I take reflexive, for example, I'm going to take 1, 1 itself. So now I'm going to apply it in the given condition. So 1 is equal to 1 plus 1. 1 is not equal to 2. Therefore, 1 comma 1 does not belong to R. This implies A comma A does not belong to R. Therefore, R is not reflexive. Okay, so next comes symmetric. So our first condition should get satisfied, isn't it? So I will be taking 1 comma 2 so that my condition gets satisfied. B value is 2 is equal to A value is 1 plus 1, which implies 2 is equal to 2. It means 1 comma 2 belong to R. This implies A comma B belongs to R. So if I take 2 comma 1, this implies 1 is equal to 2 plus 1. This implies what? 1 is not equal to 3. So therefore 2 comma 1 does not belong to R. This shows that B comma A does not belong to R. Therefore R is not symmetric. The first two conditions should satisfy, isn't it? So I will take 1 comma 2. Okay, so if I take 1 comma 2, this implies, so I'm going to apply it directly. So I will get 2 is equal to 2. 1 comma 2 belongs to R. A comma B also belong to R. So if I take 2 comma, so this is my A value. 2 plus 1 is 3. So I will be taking that. So 3 is equal to 2 plus 1, which implies 3 is equal to 3. So 2 comma 3 belongs to R. B comma C also belong to R. Okay. So 1 comma 3 only we have to check it. So B value is 3 and A value is 1 plus 1. This implies 3 is not equal to 2. Therefore, 1 comma 3 does not belong to R and A comma C also does not belong to R. Therefore, R is not transitive. So we can say that R is neither reflexive nor symmetric nor transitive. Show that the relation R in R defined as R is equal to A comma B such that A is less than B is reflexive and transitive but not symmetric. Then let A is equals to R. I am underlined with So I have highlighted R by underlining. So next R is equal to A comma B such that A is less than or equal to B. R is reflexive and transitive but not symmetric. That is in proof part. Next we'll move on to proof. So in reflexive, A comma A belongs to R. Why? Because A can be less than or equal to A itself. So it is equal, isn't it? So one condition is proved. So it is reflexive. Okay, so symmetric. So A comma B belong to R. B comma A belongs to R or not? Does not belong to R, because we observe here. You have to write. We observe 2 comma 3. Okay, in A, if we take 2 comma 3 in A comma B, so we'll have 2 less than equal to 3. Okay, so if we just take B comma A, then it becomes 3 comma 2, isn't it? So 3 comma 2 is, it shows that 3 is not less than or equal to 2. So therefore this condition doesn't get satisfied. So therefore R is not symmetric. Oh, for transitive, I'm taking A comma B belonging to R, because A can be less than or equal to B. So now I'm taking B and C. So where I can say that B may be less than or equal to C. So if I write it in this way, you will be more clear seeing this. So if we take only this B, it will be shown that A is less than or equal to C. So that only I've written over here. Okay, so therefore R is transitive. Hence it is proved that R is reflexive and transitive but not symmetric. Now let's move on to fifth question. Check whether the relation R in real numbers defined by R is equal to A comma B such that A less than equal to B cube is reflexive, symmetric and transitive. Solution. So I'm taking this set of all real numbers as let A is equal to R. I am highlighting by underlining it. So this represents my real numbers. Then the R is already written over there. So now we have to check whether it is reflexive, symmetric or transitive. So we'll start checking it. So first is reflexive. We observe in 1 by 2 comma 1 by 2, we observe that so we'll apply it in the given condition. What is the condition? A less than equal to B cube, isn't it? So I will write my A over here, less than equal to B cube. It means my B also is 1 by 2 only. So 1 by 2 the whole cube. So 1 by 2 less than equal to 1 cube is 1, 2 cube is 8. So now if we remove, we will get 0.5, and this 1 by 8 we will get 0.125. Okay, so this is not satisfied. So 0.5 is greater than 0.125. Therefore, R is not reflexive. And A comma A does not belong to R. Okay, now we'll move on to symmetric. Okay, so now here also we have to check, isn't it? So A comma B should belong to R. That is a condition. First condition should get satisfied. The second condition we have to check whether it is getting satisfied or not. Okay, so now let me take an example in 1 comma 2. In this we observe that So I'm applying the condition a value is 1 and less than equal to 2 cube. 1 less than equal to 8. Of course it is. So of course it is less than 8. So my condition is proved. Therefore a comma b belongs to R. So now I'm going to check for b comma a. I'm checking whether b comma a. So there also you can write in 2 comma 1 we observe that 2 less than equal to 1 cube. 2 less than 2 less than equal to 1. So it is not correct. So 2 is greater than 1. Therefore b comma a does not belong to R. Therefore R is not symmetric. So now our first two conditions should get satisfied, isn't it? So a comma b should belong to R. Okay, so now I'm taking the example 3 and 3 by 2. Any example that satisfies the condition you should take over here for the first two conditions, that is a comma b and b comma c. So I have taken 3 and 3 by 2. So my a value is 3 less than equal to, what is my b value? 3 by 2 the whole cube. This is the given condition. So 3 less than equal to 27 by 8. So this condition is satisfied. So a comma b belongs to R. Next we have to show b comma c also should belong to R. Okay, so now I'm taking a number that satisfies this condition. So 3 by 2, if I cube any number, this 3 by 2 should be lesser than that. So I'm taking 6 by 5. So if I apply it in the condition 3 by 2 less than equal to 6 by 5 the whole cube. So 3 by 2 less than equal to 216 by 125. So this condition also gets satisfied. I'm taking a comma c. I'm going to check whether a comma c is belonging to R or not. So my a value is 3 and c value is 6 by 5. Okay, so when I apply it in the condition 3 less than equal to, directly I am writing 216 by 125. So when you see this condition itself, it will say that 3 is greater than 216 by 125. Therefore here a comma c does not does not belong to R. Therefore R is not transitive. So now we'll move on to question number 6. Show that the relation R in the set 1, 2, 3 given by relation R is equal to 1, 2, 2, 1 is symmetric but neither reflexive nor transitive. So these types of questions you may get for 1 mark. So to prove R is symmetric but neither reflexive nor transitive. So I'm going to write for proof part. Reflexive. If it is reflexive, a comma a should belong to R. So but here there's no a comma a, so I'm writing a comma a does not belong to R. Therefore R is not reflexive. Okay, so next I'm going for symmetric. So A comma B and B comma A also is there. So therefore R is symmetric. For transitive, I should have A comma B belonging to R, B comma C belonging to R, and A comma C should belong to R. Okay, so I have A comma B, B comma C also we can have. So B comma C is there, where A comma C is not there. That is 1 comma 1 is not there. So it is not transitive. Therefore, R is not transitive, hence proved. Now we'll move on to 7th question. Show that the relation R in the set A of all books in a library of a college given by relation is equal to x comma y such that x and y have same number of pages is an equivalence relation. To prove R is an equivalence relation. Equivalence relation. Okay, so now we'll move on to proof part. So this is what. So for reflexive, what is the condition? A comma A should belong to R, isn't it? So if we take any book, if we take a book 1, that book will contain the same number of pages, isn't it? So it is, therefore R is reflexive. Okay, next we'll move on to symmetric. So we are randomly taking two books that two books are having same number of pages. So A comma B belongs to, if we take B comma A also, it contains the same number of pages, isn't it? So we will be writing the same thing over here. Therefore, it is proved that R is symmetric. Transitive. So here also the first two conditions should get satisfied, isn't it? So I am taking A comma B belongs to R, and the same reason what I gave for symmetric I'm writing. Then after that I'm saying B comma C also belong to R with the same reason. Book B and book C contain same number of pages. These two have same number of pages. Even these two have same number of pages. It means A equal to B and B equal to C. Then everything are equal. B and B both also is same only. So if we take only this B, A is equal to C, isn't it? Just similar to that, we are taking A comma C also belongs to R, and with the same reason I am writing. Therefore, R is transitive. It is proved that R is an equivalence relation. So now we'll move on to question number 8. Show that the relation R in the set A is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 given by R is equal to A, B such that A modulus A minus B is even. Is an equivalence relation. This is the first part of the question. This is first part. So second part, they say that show that all the elements of 1, 3, 5 are related to each other and all the elements of 2, 4 are related to each other. This is the second part of the question. But no element of 1, 3, 5 is related to any element of 2, 4. This is the third part of the question. There are three parts in this question. First part is asked to prove it is an equivalence relation. Second part, the related elements, the third part the not related elements. So now I have written the given part. This is the given part, a equal to 1, 3, 4, 5, and the given relation I have written. And now we'll write what. So now we'll move on to the proof part. Okay, to prove, first proof is that R is an equivalence relation. The second part is that elements of 1, 3, 5 are related to each other and elements of 2, 4 are related to each other. The third part is no elements of 1, 3, 5 is related to any element of 2, 4. So that first is reflexive. So what is the condition for reflexive? A should belong to R, isn't it? So I am taking A belonging to R. So I am going to check now. So the condition is A minus B is even, isn't it? So A minus A gives me 0. 0 is an even number. So this condition is proved. Therefore, R is reflexive. You can give any example also for this question. So symmetric. So now if I take symmetric, A comma B belongs to R. For this one you have to give one example. So okay. So now in the symmetric, first condition gets satisfied. I'm saying that first condition is getting satisfied. So A minus B is even. So next I am saying that A comma B also belong to R. Why? Even if we change the sign, we'll get an even number only. So B minus A also is even. Therefore, R is symmetric. Okay, next we'll move on to transitive. Okay, so now I'm taking A comma B belongs to R because A minus B is even. So now I'll take B comma C belongs to R where B minus C is also even. So even when these two are even, the third condition also automatically gets satisfied, saying A minus C also is even. Therefore, R is transitive. Hence, the first part is proved that, therefore, hence, it is proved that R is an equivalence relation. Okay, now to prove my second part of my solution, what I'm going to do is that I'm going to take the two sets B and C. What am I going to do with this B and C is that, so we have to prove that 1, 3, 5 are related to each other and 2, 4 is related to each other. So I will take the set B as 1, 3, 5 and the set C as 2, 4. Okay, so now when I take like this, it will be easy for me to prove the paths. So first let me take the elements of B. Elements of set B. So now if I take for reflexive any number that I'm taking 3 minus 3. So 3 comma 3, that is 3 minus 3. If I take, I will get the answer 0, which is even. Okay, so for now I'm taking for symmetric 1 minus 5. This implies 4, which is even. Now I'm taking 5 minus 1. This also gives me 4, which is even. Now let me take for transitive 1 minus 3. This is even only. 2 is even. 3 minus 5. If I take, I'll get 2, which is even. And 1, if I take a comma c, no, I'll get 1 minus 5. So already it is proven. It is even. So therefore, elements in set B are related to each other. Now I'll take elements from C. So if I take that, if I take for reflexive 2 minus 2 will give me 0 even. 2 minus 4, 2 even. 4 minus 2, 2 even. So every conditions are satisfied. Whatever example we take, we are getting the condition satisfied. So I will write here that elements in the set C are related to each other. Same thing I will be writing over here also. So my second part of the solution also is proved. So next, so the third part of the solution says that the third part of the solution says that the elements in set B and set C are not related to each other. So that only I have to prove. So now we'll take in B and C. If we take x comma y, if we take for example 1 comma 2 itself, if we take x comma y as 1 comma 2 and we apply it to the condition 1 minus 2 modulus, it is not even. 1. We'll get 1 which is not even. Even if we take any other thing, 2 comma 4 comma 5, I take. If I apply it in the condition 4 minus 5, which is also 1, not even. So the condition is not getting satisfied. So that I will say that therefore no elements of set B is related to any elements of set C. 9. Show that each of the relation R in the set A equal to x belong to Z, that is integers, that such that 0 less than equal to x less than equal to 12 given by two relations are given. So we have to prove it is an equivalence relation and find the set of all elements related to 1, that is the equivalence class. I said no, in equivalence class we have to find the elements related to it. So elements related to 1 is nothing but equivalence class of 1. R is equal to a comma b such that a minus b. R is equal to a comma b such that modulus a minus b is a multiple of 4. The condition is given, so we'll write this is given. Then to prove R is an equivalence relation Okay, so now we'll move on to proof part. So now if I take reflexive, so if I take reflexive A comma A, I'm taking this belongs to R. It says that A minus A gives us 0. 0 is a multiple of 4. Therefore, R is reflexive. Next is symmetric. So if I take symmetric, I am taking A comma B belongs to R. It means A minus B, that is modulus A minus B is a multiple of 4. Multiple of 4. So if I take B comma A also, it proves this fact, that is B minus A modulus B minus A is a multiple of 4. Therefore, R is symmetric. Transitive. A comma B belongs to R. Then you will write A minus B is a multiple of 4. And B comma C belongs to R. That is B minus C belongs to modulus B minus C is a multiple of 4. And A comma C also belong to R because A minus C also is multiple of 4. Therefore, R is transitive. Hence, it is an equivalence relation. R is an equivalence relation. Hence, it is proved. Okay. So, now we have to find the equivalence class of 1. Whatever we subtract, we have to get the multiple of 4. So, we have to take 1 comma, whatever we take, we have to get, right? So, 1 comma 1 we can take. So, R is equal to, let us write like this so that it will be very easy for us. So, 1 comma 5, 5 comma 1 also you can write. Then that is not needed. Okay, let's write 5 comma 1 and 5 comma 9, 9 comma 5. So if you subtract these two, you will get 4. So only I'm writing, or multiple of 4. So I can take 1 comma 9 also. Then 9 comma 1. That's it. So only so much you will be getting. And you can also have, yeah, I'm taking only the numbers related to 1. Okay, so only I'm taking, there are many pairs, but I'm taking only these because I want only the equivalence class of 1. So I'm writing all this. So equivalence class is equivalence class of 1 is represented like this. So what are the numbers related to 1? 1 is related to 1 itself, and 5 and 9. There are many pairs. I have not taken all the pairs because I want only the equivalence class of 1. So only I have written only so much. There are many pairs, but I have not written everything. So the first part gets over first. So given A is equal to X belong to integers X 0 less than equal to X less than equal to 2, and R is given as A comma B such that A is equal to B. So we'll move on to solution, and we have to write to prove part. To prove part. So in proof part, we can go for reflexive. Reflexive, I'm saying A comma A belongs to R because we know that A is equal to A. So therefore R is reflexive. Okay, now we'll move on to symmetric. So now the condition is A comma B. So now the condition is A is equal to B. So the condition itself is given. So it means that A comma B belongs to R because A is equal to B. Now if we take B comma A also, it is same that B is equal to A. This can be written A equal to B and also B equal to A. So only I have written this one. So therefore R is symmetric. Next is transitive. Now I will say that A comma B belongs to R because A is equal to B. B comma C belongs to R because B equal to C. A comma C also belong to R because A is equal to B, B equal to C. So then everything are equal. So A equal to C. Therefore R is transitive. Hence, it is proved that it is an equivalence relation you will write here. And now to find the equivalence class of 1. So, whatever number we take, those two should be equal. So, it automatically, it says that if we take only 1, we can get 1. That is, if we take 1 comma 1, we'll get 1 is equal to 1, isn't it? If we take any other number 1 comma 2, 1 is not equal to 2. We'll get like that. So we can take only 1 equal to 1. So the equivalence class of 1 is 1 only. So now we'll move on to 10th question. So this is one line answer. So we have to give an example of a relation which is symmetric but neither reflexive nor transitive. So if we give any relation that, so we'll start writing R is equal to, we have to write the pairs which is symmetric but not reflexive and transitive. Symmetric means A comma B and B comma A should be there, but there should be no A comma A and A comma B, B comma C and A comma C shouldn't be there. So we'll try to write that. So we have to write, so you can give any example. I'm giving 2 comma 3 and 3 comma 2. So this is symmetric, but it is not reflexive and not transitive also. Okay, now we'll write for transitive but neither reflexive nor symmetric. So I can write the relation as A comma B, B comma C and A comma C, but I shouldn't write A comma A and A comma B, B comma A. So I have to write it as 1 comma 2. Any number can be given, but I'm writing 1 comma 2, 2 comma 3 and 1 comma 3. So that's it. So you can write like this also. So you can write any number, but I have written 1 comma 2, 2 comma 3 and 1 comma 3, which is very simple. On to question number 11. Show that the relation R in the set A of points in a plane given by R is equal to P comma Q such that distance of the point P from the origin is same as the distance of the point Q from the origin is an equivalence relation. Further, show that the set of all points related to a point P not equal to 0, 0 is the circle passing through P with origin as center. So now I have written the given part. A and R is given, and to prove also I have already written. So yeah, the relation says that distance of the point P from the origin is same as the distance of the point Q from the origin. It is nothing but distance of P is equal to distance of Q. If you clearly understand, the distance of the point from the origin P is equal to distance of Q from the origin is equal. These two are equal. We have to prove. That's it. So that is the first part here to prove it is an equivalence relation, and next we have to prove that this forms a circle. Okay, so if we take all this set of all points in the plane, it forms a circle keeping the origin as center. That's it, we have to prove. On to the proof part. So I am taking p comma p itself, it is a comma a. Since the points p and point q is given, I am taking it as p comma p itself. So it you can also write a comma a, but I am writing here p comma p because it is a point. So p comma p belongs to R because the distance of the point P from the origin is same as the distance of the point P from the origin. So this belongs to R, therefore R is reflexive. Okay, next we'll move on to symmetric. This is reflexive. So symmetric. So here I am taking p comma q belongs to R, saying that the distance is same. So here also I will have p comma q comma p belongs to R, therefore R is symmetric. Then I'll move on to transitive. P comma q belongs to R. Let's take q comma yes belongs to R because all R is already there. So p comma yes also belongs to R, having the same distance. Therefore R is transitive. Therefore R is equivalence relation. Because it is reflexive, symmetric and transitive, I'm saying that R is an equivalence relation. So the first part of the question is over. So now let's move on to the second part. So be clear what they have said. The set of all points related to point P not equal to 0, 0 is a circle passing through P with origin as center. It means all the let's keep this as 0, 0 which is an origin. So if I say P is over here, now if we take this as a line, so if we take whatever line with equal distance, if we have all points, we will get a circle. So radius only will have equal length, isn't it? So if points are here, it forms a circle. So that we will conclude that it is a circle. This shows that the with origin as center.